Hello, welcome to another video tutorial of SimpanKira. Recently, I got a question about how to do a contra invoice. Say, example, if you have a client A and then you issue an invoice to this client A, but at the same time, this client A is also your supplier. So you have a purchase invoice with them and they want to contra between your invoice and their invoice. How can you do that in SimpanKira? Okay, I'll show you how you can do that step by steps. It's very simple. First, I log on to the account here, and then we go to this. First, you need to make sure that you have a suspense account in your liability. So go to setting, check at the chart of account, and then look at the liability tab. And the liability tab, see if you have suspense. So this is here, you can find suspense account. So we're going to use suspense account in order to control between the sales invoice and the purchase invoice. Yeah, so I click suspense and I'll make sure that I enable the payment to this account. So now I click save. So if I go to my sales invoice, click see all, say that I have this Ghazali Abdul Rashid, for example. Yeah, have this Ghazali Abdul Rashid. Okay, I issue an invoice to him, and at the same time he issue me an invoice. Okay, let's say there's a purchase invoice from Ghazali. Okay, and then dated say on the 8th. So he provides some service to me at the amount of 1,000 ringgit per package, and this goes under, say that provide some digital marketing service. So it is non-taxable. Okay, and then I click approve. So now I have one invoice I give to Ghazali, and Ghazali have one invoice gives to me. And how do I control this? Okay, show you another tab. This is purchase invoice coming from Ghazali, and this is sales invoice I give to Ghazali. My invoice is 1,250, and then his invoice is 1,000 ringgit. So how can I contra this? So the best to use this is by, because we have enabled the suspense, enable payment for suspense account. So let's say today I'm going to contra this by issuing to suspense. I say by contra invoice here. Oh. Okay, right. Okay, okay, contra. Okay, contra is just like that, and this generate payment voucher. So 1,000 ringgit. So what happened to the sales invoice that I gave to Ghazali, that I contra with 1,000 ringgit. Page today, and payment goes into suspend, and then I'm gonna contra this. So that's how I do it. So, and I have contra the invoice between my invoice and his invoice. So she only needs to pay a balance of 250 ringgit. So how do I know whether is there anyone else still owing to me? I mean, based on this transaction. So I go to the report, I go to finance, and I go to account transaction. So I go to suspense. Let's take a look. See, zero. 1,000 ringgit, 1,000 ringgit. I control it, and then now Mr. Ghazali just need to pay me a 250 ringgit, and that's it. That's how we do the contra invoice. I hope you have learned something from this. Thank you very much for using SimpanKira. See you later.